Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Tuesday night and that means it's time for CWR Asylum, and always I am your host, the Ripper Danny B, and your main event this evening is a fatal 4-way match, and it is a Royal Rumble qualifier match. Introducing first from St. Louis, Missouri, he is the Viper, Randy Orton. And of course, Randy Orton, a rare sight here on Asylum, but when he comes out, you know everything is coming with Randy Orton. It's going to be a big match when the Viper steps into the ring, and a chance at the CWR World Heavyweight Championship. Well, that's as big a chance as you're going to get. Randy Orton here, Royal Rumble in mind. And his opponents, first from Bulgaria, he is the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev. And Rusev getting what could only be considered a lucky draw here. He already lost a Royal Rumble qualifying match to Sami Zayn. He's been given another shot though, has Rusev, and he is going on with another shot at the World Heavyweight Championship resting on his mind. And this match, as you may already be able to tell, is not full of just people looking for a chance to establish themselves. This match is full of main eventers. If you've got Randy Orton and Rusev already, you can only imagine who the other two men are going to be. The Bulgarian Brute prepares himself. Next, from I got that wrong, didn't I? From Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, Y2J, Chris Jericho. And Jericho again is another extremely rare sight here in the Revolution, but the Royal Rumble brings out the best. He brings out the absolute elite. Chris Jericho is in that batch, and the crowd are letting them know the appreciation for the legendary Y2J. You can hear them, they are going ruckus. This match is set to be absolutely huge. And finally, from West Newbury, Massachusetts, the one, the only, John Cena. And again, Cena only just made his debut in the Revolution, but the Royal Rumble is looming, baby. The top stars are all coming out for a chance. John Cena, as always, full of energy, making his way to the ring. Four men who could tear apart any main event you put them in, all looking for a shot at the CWR World Heavyweight Championship. The only man who has had any kind of look in at the title so far was Randy Orton, and that was months ago in the original tournament to crown the very first champion. He was, of course, knocked out of that tournament in a fatal 4-way match by Cesaro. All four of these men looking for their first real shot at the world title. Of course, Rusev did have a qualifying match already, which didn't really work out for him. But here we go. Four men, and this is going to be something special. And the crowd already are alive with this one, with chants of RKO, let's go Cena. Split 50-50, but of course they aren't the only two men in this match. Jericho and Rusev are already on the outside. This is Fatal 4-Way, baby. No disqualifications and no countouts. John Cena now dumped to the outside as well as Randy Orton slithers in after him. Chris Jericho taking down Rusev on the outside there. The opposite, you know. You know what I mean. Jericho is in full control of Rusev this early on as Randy Orton takes the punishment to Cena very, very quickly, not letting Cena build any momentum early on, and that is a very, very clever move there by the Viper. Now Rusev and Cena both dumped straight back in the ring. Jericho and Orton seem to be using very similar game plans here. It's working out for them so far, but even if they are able to eliminate huge threats such as Rusev and Cena, the crowd behind John Cena in this one, surprisingly. Usually he has his fair number of detractors in the crowd, but he has a fairly solid fan base tonight. As I was saying, even if Rusev, Jericho and Orton were able to get the better of Rusev and Cena, they'd have to go against each other, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case, as both Rusev and John Cena are able to turn this one around. Randy Orton, who finds himself dumped to the outside. Cena quick to follow him as Rusev goes for a nice back suplex there on Chris Jericho. And Rusev keeping on the pressure here against Jericho, but Jericho comes back with a wheel kick. Cena keeping on the pressure on Randy Orton on the outside. Orton manages to find a counter, and Rusev regains control over Chris Jericho. And a Uranagi slam there by Rusev takes down Y2J. Jericho has an answer. Cena finds himself up against the barricade. Now Randy Orton taking full advantage, dropping Cena onto that barricade, but Chris Jericho inside the ring has managed to find a comeback against Rusev, running out with those right hands, slaps and strikes, trying to throw the big man off of his feet. Cena once again into the barricade by Randy Orton, and Randy Orton go back to the wheelhouse, dropping him back first on it again. Randy Orton obviously is trying to take away the power game from John Cena here, but we've got a cover inside the ring. Chris Jericho has two on Rusev, and Randy Orton goes in to break the cover, and he's in prime position to take advantage of Jericho following Rusev's kick out. And Cena, not wasting any time either, gets back in. Randy Orton turns his attention right back to John Cena. Jericho goes down with another back suplex there from Rusev. Randy Orton has Cena up on the top rope. Rusev goes in for a cover. We've got 1, 2. Chris Jericho kicks out as Cena hits the mat hard following that superplex from Orton. And we've got a cover here from the Viper. There's 2 on John Cena. And Cena kicks out. None of these men are going to go down particularly easy in this one. Rusev turns his attention to Orton, disposing him from the ring. Cena follows out afterwards. Chris Jericho is left alone inside the ring. Cena sees that and goes right after Y2J. Nice stalling suplex there from Chris Jericho as Rusev takes advantage of Randy Orton on the outside. Looks like Jericho is going to drop for a cover. Yes, he does. We've got a cover here from Jericho. There's 1.5. Cena kicking out with authority very early on. Randy Orton taking a beating on the outside from Rusev. I'm getting excited here. Can't keep control of my words. Rusev dominating Randy Orton on the outside right now. Chris Jericho with another stalling suplex. Looked actually like it could have been a brain buster. My apologies if I got it wrong. No one ever corrects me, so I don't know. Rusev still in control of Randy Orton on the outside. John Cena has an idea. He gets Jericho up against the ropes. What's Cena got planned here? Running clothesline there. Or should I say Chris Jericho ran into a clothesline. Super kick from Rusev puts down Randy Orton. Rusev doesn't follow up as he goes to break up the cover from John Cena. Randy Orton is up and he's found a second wind. Randy Orton coming back. Those right arms. Scoop slam, I've got to say it. Vintage Randy Orton right there. And Orton following up with those stomps. Cena has something of his own plan. 5-knuckle shuffle, you can't see me. Boom! Boom! Goes the 5-knuckle shuffle, but it's Randy Orton who goes for the cover on Rusev. 1, 2, and the referee calls off the double cover there. God only knows why. Randy Orton got in there way faster than Rusev did, than Cena did, but whatever. And John Cena has got Chris Jericho on the outside. Randy Orton has got Rusev on the ropes in the corner. Big clothesline from Randy Orton. Of course, Orton has taken a hell of a kicking from Rusev on the outside, but after coming back with that second win, Randy Orton looks like he's as fresh as a daisy right now, slithering out after Chris Jericho. Cena turns his attention instead to the announce table. Rusev gets in the way of Randy Orton's attack, but Randy Orton, undeterred, goes right back to Chris Jericho. And Cena and Rusev on the outside now. Looked like Rusev was going to try and get back in the ring. Cena had other plans. RKO comes out of nowhere though. Randy Orton slithers into the cover. Cena hasn't seen it. We've got 1, 2, and 3. Cena just didn't see the cover happening inside the ring. He was too busy trying to keep down Rusev, and Randy Orton, RKO, out of nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, qualifying for the Royal Rumble matchup, the Viper, Randy Orton. My name has been the Ripper Danny B, and this has been CWR Asylum. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe, and we shall see you all next time. As always, good night and take care.